Okay, welcome to the last session of Ramayana Kathalahari. Sometimes I cannot believe, I've been wondering what to speak since Monday, I guess. It's overwhelming at times to just to recall that all of this started 1 year ago, and here we are at the finishing line. I used to say that we are approaching the finishing line, but here we are today on the finishing line, and it's an overwhelming experience. I never imagined that I could speak on Ramayana for 1 year, and to hold on to that intensity for 1 year. It's remarkable. That's the power of true epic, I believe. All right. So now we just have to finish the story. And then today, as I have already mentioned you, today is the day that I get to listen to all of you. I want to give more and more time to you as much as possible. So therefore, very quickly then, before we begin, a very happy Ram Navami to all of you. May the Rama Tattvam be born again in your hearts. Or as Sankhyas would say, the Sankhya philosophers have a say that usually nothing is born, everything is revealed, that's all. Whatever needs to be there in this world is already there in one way or the other. Everything is just, udbhutata, which means, it will be just produced, it will be just revealed to the world. So may that Rama Tattvam be revealed in all our lives. May the path of dharma never abandon us, because that's the only thing that we can ask. Because if we say that may we never abandon the path of dharma, it's too much of expectation from the likes of us. So therefore, I'm going to pray to Bhagavan Rama that may the path of dharma never desert us, never abandon us. Anyway, so far, we are still in Lanka. We are yet to begin the journey back to Ayodhya. Rama, as we saw in the previous session, Rama is itching to get back to Ayodhya. On the other hand, Vibhishana wants to host Rama for a feast. It's quite obvious for anybody when somebody has gone through that kind of a battle, day and night, after so many days, finally, when you have killed the biggest villain, the biggest enemy the world has ever seen at that moment, Ravana, and you want to celebrate it, and you want to host, you want to be a gracious host to the person who made it all happen. And that was none other than Rama. So Vibhishana had all the rights in the world to pin down Rama, to ask Rama to bind Rama back in Lanka, to give him a feast. But very politely, Rama declines it and says that it's not that I do not want to take your, be your guest for a couple of days. It's just that Tantume Bhrataram Drashtum Bharatam Tvarate Manaha. I just, my mind is racing, my heart is racing just to see my brother Bharata. See, whenever he uses the word Bharata, he also means Shatrughna as well. So please do not come up with some ridiculous theory that Rama was biased towards Bharata and not Shatrughna. He never paid attention to Shatrughna. No, not that kind of a bias. And then he said that Manyurna Khalu Kartavyaha. You should not be angry on me. Rama said this to Vibhishana. Who on this earth would be angry on Rama? I don't understand. But still, the way a person is supposed to talk when you are actually denying it. I mean, back in my childhood, as far as I remember, my parents used to tell me or teach me that this is how you invite people. When somebody used to come home to invite you to their home for some program or some function, especially my father, he would sit me down and tell me and ask me, what did you all observe when they invited you? And he used to teach me that how to invite, how not to hurt somebody, even when you are denying them. And I see those things present in Rama now. When he says that Manyurna khalu kartavyaha sakhe tvam chanumanahi, and he says that, my friend, you should not be offended because I have denied your offer. It doesn't mean that I don't like you. It does not mean that I don't respect you. It's just that you need to understand the predicament that I am in. I just want to see Bharata at the earliest. Okay. And then he summoned upon the Pushpaka Vimanam, the rightful owner of Pushpaka Vimanam. It always belonged to the family of Ravana, family of Pulastya's Vamsha. So he summoned that Pushpaka Vimanam. And before Rama could step onto Pushpaka Vimanam, Vibhishana simply did not want to let go of Rama. I don't know how to explain that, because if you ever have had a guest at your home whom you never want to leave, whom you never wish that they should leave your home, as children, you just cling on to them. You just find some or the other reason to hold them back as long as possible. And that's exactly what Vibhishana is trying to do. See this childlike innocence that these people have. That's all the result of following the path of dharma. It's not a show off. It's not something that you do on screen. It comes genuinely from your heart. These are the kind of things that people do genuinely from their heart. So he asks once more he asks Rama that, what should I do, my Lord? What should I do, Bhagavan? For you, what can I do? Now, Rama, at this moment, he thought that, see, Vibhishana, there are so many Vanaras, and these people have worked tirelessly for my sake. Starting from the day they were summoned by Sugrīva, from that day onwards, they have been walking continuously. They built a bridge over an ocean which was unheard of before, and they fought the war for me. For my sake, they were beaten, they were defeated, they were killed, and they suffered a lot because of me. And if you really want to do something for me, can you do one thing? Can you give them the spoils of war? Can you distribute the spoils of war to the Vanaras? Now, that's a very morally questionable thing to ask Vibhishana, isn't it? Hey, this is my country, this is my kingdom. Why should I share the bounty of my kingdom with Vanaras? Is the sort of question that people will get usually, but not Vibhishana. He was so happy. He was so happy not because he is going to spend his treasury to Vanaras. He was so happy that finally Rama gave him a task. You need to understand that these people, they had become kinkaras of Rama. The meaning of the word kinkara is there are some people who usually follow the order that you give. They usually deliver what you order them. This is level 1. And then there are some people who will pester you to give them a task. Okay, and those people are called as kinkaraha because they are ever ready. The likes of Hanūmān, the likes of Vibhishana, they are ever ready to do whatever Rama asks them to do. No questions asked. The greatest ever kinkara from Ramayana, if you want to remember one name before Hanūmān, I have immense respect towards Hanūmān. Just the fact that Lakshmana never gets due credit. That's the only reason why I am very vocal for Lakshmana. That's all. I'm an advocate for Lakshmana in that matter. He was the greatest ever kinkara that Rama had. He was not appointed, but he was like somebody who took that role, who snatched that role for the rest of his life. He remained so truthful to Rama. So just like that, Vibhishana was very happy. So he did what Rama asked him to do. He shared the spoils of war, all the bounty, the famous, the famous Lankan jewels and pearls, and all those things were shared with them. And finally, Rama said that we are leaving now. So if everybody is okay, then we are leaving to Ayodhya. You should have seen that scene. Everybody had tears in their eyes, and they were just waiting to speak. And finally, Sugrīva, because he was leaving Sugrīva back as well. And he tells them one thing, Yattu karyam vayasyena snigdhena cha hitena cha. Whatever a friend is demanded to do, whatever a friend is in fact asked to do, my dear Sugrīva, you have delivered it. More than a friend, you have delivered everything for me. Mitra karyam kritamidam. And you great warriors, monkey warriors, Vanara warriors, you have done a phenomenal job. Now, please give me to leave you. I'm taking your permission to leave you. And then he said that, you may leave as you wish. You may go well wherever you want. They did not want to hear that. I mean, that's not the line that they wanted to hear from Rama. Kritam Sugrīva Tat Sarvam, everything was said. And then he also told Sugrīva to go back to Kishkindha, rule, and he told Vibhishana to stay back in Lanka and rule. He told Vibhishana that nobody, Vibhishana, will be able to snatch away this kingdom from you. And you have my blessing. And everything was done. Both Vibhishana and his party, Sugrīva and his Vanaras, they were waiting for Rama to end the sentence. The moment Rama ended the sentence, they said, Uchuv Pranjalaya Sarve. They all folded their hands in Anjali Mudra and they asked, Ayodhyam Gantum Ichhamaha. That's all they asked. We want to visit Ayodhya with you. We want to see you crowned as the king of Ayodhya with our own eyes. That's the only wish that we have. And we will not trouble you. Okay, we will be happily roaming around in the forests around Ayodhya, but please allow us to accompany you to Ayodhya. So what do you think Rama would have responded to this? And you would said, no, I am more than happy to take you. No, he said like this, Priyat Priyataram Labdham. This is something that I had never expected. That's there, my friends, is called as detachment. I know where you people are going. I know how human mind works. That's why I wanted to burst that balloon for all of you. Because generally what people think at this moment is a fancy dialogue, a cheesy dialogue that they must have heard in some mediocre cinema. Because that's how a normal human mind processes this kind of a situation. The moment they ask us to take us to Ayodhya, Rama would have said, more than happy. I'm more than happy. He was happy. I'm not saying that he was not happy. He did take them to Ayodhya. But how did he convey his message? When he said Priyat Priyataram, he meant this is more than what I expected. What does it mean? It means that he never expected them to seek this. That means when he said that may you all leave as you wish, he meant that. He was not cringe enough to seek that they should always be with me. This is the place where we draw a line between common men and the heroes of all the writers, the directors, movie directors and writers who write a story on a hero to show that hero in a very compassionate way. It's a noble thing that they are doing, but they can never match the heroics of Rama. Never ever, even in your wildest dreams, do compare Rama with these mediocre heroes that you have seen on screen or you have read on a paper. Because Rama is elite. Rama is in a different level. When he said that Priyat Priyataram Labdham Yadaham Sasuhrijjanaha. So this is even more greater because I'm going to visit Ayodhya. I'm going to go back to Ayodhya along with all of you people. So then they all started the journey from Lanka to Ayodhya. Now is the time to witness the genius that is Valmiki. He narrates the story once again, but this time, mind you, he narrates the story backwards. What all happened in the reverse order, he starts explaining as they board Pushpaka Vimana and the Pushpaka Vimana starts to fly. Rama starts speaking to Sita and Rama shows Sita that this is the place where Ravana was killed. This is the place where Indrajit was killed. This is the place where Kumbhakarna was killed. And he makes a list, a huge list. And then like this, they cross Lanka and Rama shows the beautiful Setubandham, the bridge that they had built over the ocean. He shows it. Setubandha iti khyātam trailokena cha pujitam. It is worshipped by all three worlds, all three realms. Etat pavitram paramam. This is an auspicious one. Okay, this is pavitram and mahapataka nashanam. I'm not going to reveal all the details as of now, but the Setubandham that he is talking about is not necessarily be the Adam's bridge that has been denoted by the scientists. If it is so, well and good, but that's not what he means. That's not what Rama means when he says pavitram paramam mahapataka nashanam to a bridge. It was not a bridge. I mean, these are not the adjectives that you use for a bridge built by stone. This is a reference to a different kind of bridge. And he is referring to a different kind of bridge. This is a yogic bridge that he is talking about. Okay, that's all I can say. These are the only details that I can reveal as of now. Moving on. And then he showed Sita the place where Vibhishana came to him. This was, on that shore of the Samudram. He showed that this is where Vibhishana approached me. And then they moved very quickly. They moved through the southern part of India. They moved, and finally Kishkindha came. The crown jewel of Karnataka. And you should be very proud to be in Karnataka, to be born in Karnataka. The crown jewel of Karnataka, the Pampa Sarovara region, Kishkindha. And he showed Kishkindha, said that this is where I met Sugrīva. Now Sita had one last request to make. She said that I want to go back to Ayodhya along with all the Vanara women. Why should boys have all the fun? Isn't it? Rama gets the opportunity to take all his fellow mates and everybody who worked for him or everybody who helped him, and he can take all of them to Ayodhya. Why cannot Sita take Vanara women? This is not the way. I'm just saying this to crack a joke, that's all. So just to bring a smile on your face, that's all, nothing else. Okay, so she made a request that all Vanara Stris should accompany me. What does it show? It shows to all those people who cry false male chauvinism, suppression, etc., etc. This is a slap to all those people. Okay. So many people have raised the question that what happened to Urmila? What happened to Shrutakirti? Did they never feel that they are not being paid attention, especially Urmila? There are many people, you know who is Urmila, I believe. Urmila is Lakshmana's wife. Okay, they always tend to have a soft corner in their heart towards Urmila by raising the question that Valmiki has not done any justice to these kind of women. There are some people who believe, who consider themselves to be champions of feminism. They bring out that women have suffered a lot in Ramayana. This would be their view. If they ever had a view, this would be the way they would articulate it. The idiots ki kami nahi hai dunya mein. Anyway, moving on. So what happens to those women, those dedicated women who stay back home? This is what happens. The Prakriti never forgets the contribution you make. Okay, never ever does the nature forgets what we contribute. If we stay truthful, it doesn't matter whether you are cheering Rama on the battlefield or at home. Prakriti always remembers. Sita is a personification of Prakriti, and this is what is denoted here. The true job of a king and a queen. This is how the king and the queen take care of their people. Nobody is ever forgotten. Your smallest of small contributions towards dharma will be counted. This is the reason why Krishna said that famous line in Gita, Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Isn't it wonderful to be remembered by Prakriti Mata like Sita? Don't you think so? Even if a thought crosses her mind about us, we are the fortunate ones if a thought about us is crossing the minds of Rama and Sita. And that's how you view the story. It's not about anything else. And when we do silent sacrifices, it never goes unnoticed. It may not have been documented. It may not have been fancily presented to you. That doesn't mean that the nature has forgotten your small contribution, because nature never forgets. I just wanted to put this, make a strong point of this, strong case of this. And then, so Sugrīva was told by Rama that Sita wants this. So why don't you go and ask all your wives and all the women in Kishkindha to accompany us? Okay, fine. So Tara was made the lead for every woman there, and they all boarded the flight, and they all started their journey again from Kishkindha to Ayodhya. They saw Rishyamuka Parvatam, and then he showed the place where he met Shabari. Sorry. And then comes the heartbreaking scenes where Sita starts speaking that this is where Jatayu laid down his life, protecting me, protecting my honor. And this is where I was abducted by Ravana. And then, do you remember, this is the place where we lived in Dandakaranya for so long, so happily, constructed by Lakshmana, a civil engineering marvel that stood for so long, courtesy of Lakshmana. And all these things, they said, Bharadwaja Ashrama, finally, it's almost there. Ayodhya is almost there. This is how you build up. Valmiki, hats off. What a remarkable poet he is. He just presented you an entire Ramayana story that he himself has narrated so far in reverse order. And he does that again in the actual order. I mean, that's called as complete control over the story. Remarkable, absolutely remarkable. And then he shows that this is Shringaveripuram. This is where we met my best friend Guha. Okay. And then Ayodhyam, Yesha Sadrishyate Site, Rajadhani Piturmama. Look at this. This is my father's capital, my father's kingdom's capital, Ayodhya. Ayodhyam Kurvaidehi, Pranamam Punaragata. Bow down to Ayodhya. I don't know how many of you have ever felt this. When you go back to your hometown, have you ever felt like folding your hands and bowing down to that great city, which gave birth to you, which gave shelter to you, which gave life to you? The courtesy that Rama has towards Ayodhya, the feeling that he has towards Ayodhya. And what more can I say about him? And he asks Sita to fold her hands. Pranamam Kuru. Okay, moving on. So, meanwhile, he told the entire story because Valmiki did not want to break that flow. Actually, he takes a small breather here. He takes a small advertisement, a small detour. It took 5 days for them to travel from Lanka to here, and that marked the 5th day after the completion of 14 years of Rama's Vanavasam. So, Purne Chaturdashe Varshe Panchamyam Lakshmana Grajaha Bharadwaja Ashramam Prapya Vavande Niyato Munim. So he got down at Bharadwaja Ashram. I have heard that when sannyasins enter Nagara Pravesha, when they enter a city, when the kings, my grandmother used to narrate these stories to me when I was a child. When they used to enter into a city, they would not directly enter into a city. They would take a break just outside the city in a temple or nearby an ashram. So that was the norm back in those days. And that is followed since the time immemorial, since the days of Ramayana. So Rama took a break near Bharadwaja Ashrama, and he got down and he went to see Bharadwaja Muni. He bowed down to him. And he was very happy. Bharadwaja was very happy to receive Rama. And he says that, why are you delaying, Rama? Do you not know that your brother Bharata is waiting? The words that Bharadwaja uses. You remember Bharadwaja, the man who examined Bharata. Back when Bharata went to seek Rama back to Ayodhya, it was the same Bharadwaja who had examined. Okay, the rishis, they, Vajradapi Kathorani, Mruduni Kusumadapi, Lokottaranam Chetamsi. When Bhabhuti made this remark, he meant the likes of Bharadwaja. So he says to Rama that Ajñavashatve Bharataha, Jatilaha Tvam Pratikshate. He is looking forward to meeting you. Padukete Puraskritya. Even to this day, he holds your Padukas in his hand. He's waiting for you to return to Ayodhya. Okay. How can you forget him? So please leave. He said, yes, sir. I know that my brother Bharata is waiting for me. But I just wanted to tell you that I wanted to meet you first before I visit him. And he said that Rama asked Bharadwaja that I do not want to take the Vimanam from here to Ayodhya. I want to walk from here. Because if you remember correctly, courtesy of Bharata and the people of Ayodhya, they had already made a path. Okay. Nitin Gadkari's ancestors, they had already made several paths. So therefore, Rama did not want to take aerial route back to Ayodhya. He said that we will walk. But since it has become a city nowadays, I want the forest to grow back. And this forest shall facilitate the Vanara Sena, because they deserve a feast from my end. I am back to my kingdom, my father's kingdom. And I think I can ask this much. And I beg you, I implore you that you make these trees with fruits, all season fruits available to them throughout their journey. They should not feel the struggle of walking to Ayodhya. Man with a golden heart who always takes care of the people who follow him. Never cared about himself. He always cared about the people who followed him. So Bharadwaja granted it. Meanwhile, Rama had a message to send to Bharata, along with the best messenger available on planet, Hanūmān. He calls upon Hanūmān and told Hanūmān that you go and visit Guha first, okay? You meet him, you tell him that he is going to meet me soon. That is, tomorrow he's going to meet me. He will be very happy. He is sure of it. He is sure of his friend that he will be very happy. I'm not joking it. I'm not making it up just because my name is Guha. I'm not making it up. It is actually said in Ramayana. He said that Shrutva tumam kushalinam arogam vigatajvaram. When Guha hears that I'm happy and I'm intact and I'm healthy, bhavishyati guhav pritaha. Why? Because saha mama atma samasakha. These are the words that you live for the rest of your life. A person who was called as a friend by Rama himself. Okay, so he told Hanūmān to go visit the Guha, tell him the good news, and then from there, go to Bharata. Okay, when you visit Bharata, you tell him that Rama defeated all his enemies and he is coming back to Ayodhya. And while you say so, observe how Bharata reacts. Yetat shrutva, whatever message you give him, the message that Rama is back, okay? The moment Bharata hears this message, yam akaram bhajate bharatastataha. Whatever face he makes, whatever changes that you can observe on Bharata's face, sachate veditavyasya, you must know, because you are the best person to know that. Face is the index of mind, etc., etc. The same thing that Rama is telling Hanūmān to observe the face of Bharata when you give him the news. Because it's very easy for anybody to be swayed away by the glory of a kingdom. And he has ruled this kingdom for 14 long years. Never forget that. 14 years is a long, long, long time. And it's nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong if Bharata has developed a sense of liking towards being a king. If he has done so, I do not want to snatch that kingdom away from my brother. Let him stay as the king of Ayodhya. Okay. Fine. So Hanūmān went about his task. He met Guha, and afterwards he met Bharata. And when he met Bharata, how was Bharata? I just want to give you a picture of Bharata that Valmiki explains how Bharata stayed. Dadarsha Bharatam Deenam. Okay. He was unable to be recognized. Nobody would recognize that he was the king of Ayodhya, because he was looking like that. Deenam, Krisham, Ashrama Vasanam. He used to stay in an ashrama. He never entered Ayodhya. Remember that. And then Jatilam, Maladigdhangam, Bhratru Vyasana Karshitam. He had only one name on his mouth all the time, on his tongue, that is Rama. Padukete Puraskritya. Even at that time, Bharata had Rama's Paduka in his hand. This is how Bharata is. And this is how Bharata was. And Hanūmān was surprised to know that, kya baat hai? I mean, there are people like Bharata. So remember, for the most part of Ramayana, nobody has witnessed what Bharata is. When Bharata came to Chitrakuta, Hanūmān was not in the picture. There was no Sugrīva, there was no Vibhīshana. I mean, now is the time that they are getting a glimpse of what Bharata is, what Bharata's tapasya was. And then Hanūmān gave the message, and Bharata immediately fell down because of happiness that Rama is back. Papata sahasa hrishto harshan moham upagat. And this time, for a difference, for a change, Bharata did fell unconscious, but it was not because of the sadness or the agony. This was because of the happiness that he had in his heart that Rama is finally back. And then he got back his consciousness, and he tells Hanūmān, Devova Manushovatvam. I don't know who you are. Are you a human being? Are you a divine fellow? I don't know who you are, but you have given me such a great news that I have been waiting to hear for so long. I will give you this, I will give you that, I will give you 10,000 wives. He makes so many promises. And after that, he calms himself down. He sets himself down, Bharata, and approaches Hanūmān and asks him, can you tell me, how did these two people meet? How did the friendship, how was the friendship between the Manavas, that is Rama and Lakshmana, and the Vanaras, that is Sugrīva and his company, was forged? How was their friendship forged? Can you tell me? And before that, one of the iconic lines ever spoken in Ramayana, again, from Valmiki through the mouth of Bharata. Kalyani Batagatheyum, Laukiki Pratibhatimam. He says that there is a gatha, a proverb, gade, that we say in Kannada. The actual word for gade in Sanskritam is gatha. There is a legend which is very famous. It says that Eti Jivantamanando Naram Varshashatadapi. Optimism. Okay. Even if it takes 100 years, Jivantam, if you survive, if you live, Anandaha eti, you will definitely be happy one day. Happiness shall find you one day if you manage to survive, if you learn how to survive. These are the kind of words that needs to be told to all those people who claim that they have depression. What is the point of having depression? Was Bharata not suffering enough? Did he not go through enough? Without any of his fault, the entire world turned against him. The entire world wanted to banish him. They made a villain out of him. He did nothing. He did not even know any of that plan. And he survived it. And when he went to Chitrakuta to bring Rama back to Ayodhya, he failed. Then he was forced to take care of the kingdom that he never wanted in the first place. Nobody can imagine the amount of mental torture and pain that Bharata has went through in his life. Nobody. He has always done what he has been asked to do, just like how Rama did whatever he was asked to do. This is how these two stalwarts have set an example for all of us. You do what you are commanded to do. You don't whine about it. You don't cry about it. You don't complain about it. Never once did they complain that this is not what I thought my life will be. Never once did Bharata or Rama complain about it. They went through it. And he believed in this one line, Eti jivantamanando naram varshashatadapi. To believe that there shall be happiness one day. And Bharata is a testimony for that. And then he asked Hanūmān to narrate the story. He narrated the entire story. This is where we will see the genius of Valmiki once more, starting from, he covers the story from Aranyakanda till Yuddhakanda once again, just to freshen up our memory, which I'm not going to do because you people have a very good memory. I think like an elephant, you have a very good memory though, so I'm not going to do that. And then he gave an order. Bharata, still as a caretaker king, he gave an order. He asked Shatrughna to supervise everything, make the roads, make a grand welcome to Rama. Your true king has returned to his kingdom. So ensure that each and every home in the city gets decorated for welcoming Rama. A never seen before kind of welcome for Rama. So you should read this chapter, 127th chapter. You can find the anxiousness that had captured Bharata. He must have asked at least 3 to 4 times to Hanūmān, where is he? You said that he's coming, but where is he? He's not yet here. You told that they are coming, but I cannot find them. Where is he? Why can I not see them? And he kept on asking. And you said that there is a huge army of Vanaras coming. Now, usually Vanaras are known for their chanchalatvam. They're not making any noise. Why are they so quiet? If they are coming, there should be some noise, isn't it? Common sense. There is no noise. Where is Rama? Is he coming? He is coming, right? He kept on asking, just like how small children keep asking you when you tell them that your father is coming back from his job for a few days of holiday. Now you remember the joy that children have when they hear these kind of things. That's exactly Bharata for you. And then Hanūmān calms him down. He said that, see, Rama had ordered, courtesy of Bharadwaja, he had ordered that the path should be filled with trees and various kinds of trees and fruits. So the monkeys are enjoying that. When they are eating, they don't make noise, unlike human beings. So animals, when they eat, they don't make noise. They enjoy it quietly. So this is the reason why you are not able to hear the noise. But can you observe that the entire earth appears to be almost shaking? That's because the army is marching towards Ayodhya. And then he sees Rama, and he just saw that it is Rama who is appearing in front of him, and Bharata falls unconscious out of joy, because he's finally getting to see his brother after so long. And then Rama approaches him, just like how it had happened. Now the same scenario, rewind and play it, but this time the emotion is a bit different one, that's all. Okay. Tam samuthaya kakutsthaha chirasya akshipatham gatam. Even Rama felt that, you have come in front of me after so long. I am seeing you after a very long time. Anke bharatamaropya. You remember this line? This was the same line that Valmiki used in Ayodhya Kanda as well. He loves Bharata. Rama loves Bharata. Anke bharatamaropya muditav parishasvaja. He hugged him, and then he told him that he introduced, this is Sugrīva, this is Angada, this is Jambavan, this is Hanūmān. You have already met Hanūmān, and this is Vibhishana. And Bharata was like, like, what are you people? Such a humble guy. Never once did Bharata mention this fact that if you had sent me a message, I would have brought the army which belongs to you. For all those people who are getting this kind of a question, okay, that's not how these brothers are made. I'm sorry to disappoint you. That's not how they are. They do not want to grab all the glory for themselves, and they all understand the grand scheme of things. Therefore, Bharata never questioned Rama that, why did you not seek help from me? I could have sent the army. I could have been there to help you. Never ever did he ask Rama. These are the sort of questions only people like us get. Why did he not ask his help? He could have brought the army from there, cost cutting. Because we don't understand the grand scheme of things, but Bharata does. And finally, he says that Etatte Sakalam Rajyam. He uses the most lovable word that I have found in my study of Ramayana, and a word that is very close to my heart. And there are several words in Ramayana, and out of them, there is one word that has really struck several chords in my heart. The word is Nyasa. Nyasa is something that you give to somebody to take care of it. You don't own it. You just give them to take care of it. So Bharata says that Etatte Sakalam Rajyam. This is the entire kingdom. Nyasam Niryatitam Maya. I'm returning this to you. It was just, I was a caretaker of this property. I am not the owner of this property. Yatvam Pashyami Rajanam Ayodhyam Punaragatam. Adya Janma Kritartham me. Adya me Saphalan Janma. Today, I have achieved that Kritarthata, contentment of being born as a human being. Because finally, today, I get to return you what you rightfully deserve. Bhavatas Tejasa Sarvam. And you may want to see this. Bhavatas Tejasa. I think there must be some delay because it will be okay.
So you can keep the video off. That might help in.
I think it's all right now. The power has come back. Sometimes there is yeah in the traditional way of teaching, there is this parampara where they usually say that you're not supposed to teach a work completely, and you should not end it with such a good note that it should feel that complete and content and a feeling that I know this entirely. That should not happen. So vignas are always going to be there, and this is one of the reasons why I never did. And just for your information, all the 23 sessions that were done prior to this, they were all done when I was in Mysore, because I ensured that I was in Mysore when this was being done. Because I know very well I cannot trust the power elsewhere. Even if it is the Rajdhani of Karnataka, I cannot trust, because I don't live in Bangalore per se. It's anyway, they are recording. Oh my God. Okay, fine. Now moving on. We are on to the last chapter of Valmiki's Ramayana, Uttarakanda. So before that, I think we stopped where Bharata was actually showing it to Rama, and he said that Bhavatas Tejasa Sarvam Kritam Dashagunam Maya. He said that it's all because of you. Very humbly, he shows that whatever the state it was before you left for forest, and in the meanwhile, in these 14 years, I have turned the income of this kingdom tenfold. I have increased this tenfold, and he was underplaying it. I mean, this fellow was an administrative genius. Just imagine what are these brothers made of. If Bharata can make this kingdom tenfold and increase the income tenfold in 14 years, which is remarkable, by the way, by any standard, even by today's standard, increasing a country's, how do you calculate it, GDP or something, you take any parameter you want, and by increasing it tenfold in 14 years is phenomenal. And he said that Bhavatas Tejasa Sarvam. He said that it's all because of you. I never think that it's Bharata, it's me, Bharata, who was able to do all these things. I think it was all because I am Rama's brother. That's why I was able to perform all these things. And finally, the day was decided that immediately, the very next day, they had their Ayush Karma and everything. 14 years, they did not even cut their hair or shave their beard or anything. That's why they are always called as Jatadhari, because they carried that Jata throughout. So finally, it was the day that they get their Ayush Karma done. And immediately, the very next day, it was ordered by Vasishtha that, because now they had the fastest vehicles with them, that is Vanaras. And he sent Vanaras by the help of Sugrīva. He sent Vanaras to every nook and corner. Earlier, they only brought water from few rivers that were very close by. Not this time. This time, they brought water from each and every river of this world, because that's how far the Vanaras were sent. And they all came back very happily. They were very happy to do, because they all, as I told you, they were all kinkaras of Rama. They just wanted to contribute anything that they can towards Ramakaryam. Okay. Now, how does this Pattabhisheka Sarga begin? It's a fantastic opening where we see that Shirasyanjali Madhaya. This is how Bharata was, the picture that Valmiki gives us. Shirasyanjali Madhaya, Kaikeyi Nandavardhanaha. Kainkaryam, yes. The word Kainkaryam is originated from Kinkara. That's why when they say that Bhagavat Kainkaryam, they do not mean that they only perform Dhupa Deepa Naivedyam, or they only perform some royal works related to the god. They must be ready to do anything that is related to that, even if it is remotely related to the deity, they are supposed to do. That's what Kainkaryam means. But I know what Kainkaryam has become these days, but let us not talk about that. But the actual meaning, the essence of the word Kainkaryam is the feeling, the essence of Kinkara is called as Kainkaryam. It's a wonderful question. Yes, that's where the word Kainkaryam is derived from. Now, Bharata, Shirasyanjali Madhaya, Kaikeyi Nandavardhanaha, Babhashe Bharato Jeshtham Ramam Satyaparakramam. So he speaks to Rama. Pujita Mamika Mata. You did what my mother asked you to do. Okay. Dattam Rajyamidam Mama. You also did give this kingdom on me, to me, and Taddadami Punastubhyam, and I am returning to you. Okay, that is the kind of feeling that Bharata has here. Taddadami Punastubhyam, Yathatvam Adadamama. The way you handed this kingdom over to me, I am returning to you. I'm giving this back to you. And he gives some example. He says that Dhuramekakina Nyastam Vrishabhena Baliyasa. If you have a strong ox with you, and that ox can carry a huge weight, but if the same weight is being put on a small kid, then it is not able to carry it. And that was my situation when this onus of taking care of this kingdom was put on me. See, a dam, when you build a dam, it can hold only a certain level of water. But when the water overflows, no dam can hold on to the force of water. And that was me. And I was the dam who could not hold on to the force of a river overflowing, called as taking care of this kingdom. Okay. And then he gives one last example. Gatim Khara Ivashvasya Hamsasye Vachavayasaha. See, a donkey can never walk the royal steps of a horse. A crow, even though it outlives all other birds, it can never walk in the majestic way that a swan does. So far, for the last 14 years, I have been the donkey trying to walk the steps of a horse like you, a stallion like you. And I have, for the past 14 years, I have been that crow who wants to walk like a swan like you. Now that is done. I am never going to do it again. This kingdom belongs to you. I am supposed to be working under you, not above you. So, nanvetu mutsahe veera tavamarga marindama. I do not want to walk the path that you are supposed to walk. I am only here to walk the path following you, not before you. Okay. So after this, yavadavartate chakram, yavati cha vasundhara. As long as this world is going to stay, tavatvam ihalokasya swamitvam anuvartaya. You are going to stay the king as long as this world stays. This is the reason why Rama is not simply Rama for us. He is always going to be a Raja Rama for us, because he is the eternal king. Never ever forget that he is the only king in the history of mankind who has been given the line Lokanathopamam Natham Akamayata Medini. He is the only king chosen by the land herself, chosen by the earth herself, Mother Earth herself. So he is the rightful owner of this earth. You may give me some instances, for example, Pruthu. Pruthu considered this earth as his daughter. Okay, they share a different kind of relationship. Okay, Pruthu, that's why it is called as Prithvi. It is called as Prithvi because she is known to be the daughter of the great king Pruthu. Okay, they have a different relationship. But when it comes to choosing the king, Mother Earth has only chosen one king throughout the history of mankind so far, and that is Rama. Lokanathopamam natham akamayata medini. Medini akamayata. There are two ways. You seek a girl, a man seeks a woman, is the normal one. If a woman seeks a man, that's the greatest one. That's the greatest treasure. And if Mother Nature, if Mother Earth has chosen Rama to be her king, he gets to command me. The power of woman, I tell you, the true power of woman can be seen in the earth, in the Mother Earth, when she chose that only Rama could rule me, no one else. Only he can have that command over me, nobody else. And it's resonated in several parts, in several places throughout Ramayana. And then he called upon all the ministers to get arranged for the greatest event of their lifetime. And they all prepared. The water was brought from all the oceans, all the rivers, and they also brought all kinds of medicinal plants and herbs and shrubs, and they all put it together. And then one of the one last iconic statements that Valmiki makes at the end of Uttarakanda, it says that Abhyajanchan Naravyagram Salilena Sugandhina. With the divine water, they did coronate Rama, Abhyashinchan Naravyagram, and they called Rama as Naravyagram. On this auspicious day of Ramanavami, let us never forget what are the kind of adjectives that Valmiki, the greatest ever poet, the original poet who actually saw Rama in his heart, has used for Rama. His most favored word to describe Rama is Satyaparakrama, and afterwards Naravyagra. Okay, he was a true human being, a true stallion of that sort. Salilena Sahasraksham Vasavo Vasavam Yatha. How did they all coronate Rama? Like how all the gods coronated King Indra long ago. Likewise, they all coronated King Rama. It was time for bestowing gifts. When somebody gets coronated, you don't gift them, they gift you. Okay, so everybody was getting some gift from Rama. So finally, it was Sita's turn. She wanted to gift a priceless necklace. She looked at her necklace. She looked at all the Vanaras. She looked at her husband, Rama. Rama understood. Pradehi subhage haram yasya tushtasi bhamini. This is what it means to be husband and wife. Sita did not even speak anything. She simply did that. She only saw her necklace and she saw the Vanaras. She looked at Rama once. And Rama understood that to whomever you want to gift this, you are free to gift it. I'm not going to ask you to gift it to anybody. It is your wish. Do give it to anybody you want. Athasa Vayuputraya Tamharam Asite Kshana. There was only one deserving candidate for Sita's necklace, and that happened to be Hanūmān, Vayuputraya. So she called upon Hanūmān and gifted him her priceless necklace. It's a very beautiful moment. Hanūmān richly deserves it. He got Esha Sarvasva Bhuto me Parishpango Hanumataha in the beginning of Uttarakanda. That's how Uttarakanda begins. Rama gave his hug and he called it as his Sarvasvam, his entire thing, to Hanūmān. So therefore, technically, Rama did not have anything left to give it to Hanūmān. Therefore, Sita had to step in. So she said that this haram, okay, she gave that necklace to him. And she said that Tejaha, Dhritihi, Yashaha, Dakshyam, Samarthyam, Vinayaha, Nayaha, Paurusham, Vikramaha, Buddhi, Yasmin Netani, Nityada. These are eternal in Hanūmān. These qualities are eternal in Hanūmān. Therefore, he deserves this necklace. Sita's argument before she gave. No, how come she gave it to Hanūmān? He's an outsider. I am what do you call that? I am her brother-in-law. I deserve it. This is a family heirloom. No, nobody was raising any of such kind of questions in Ramayana. So they were all very happy. All these people, what Rama gifted Lakshmana. You should be wondering, what did Rama gift Lakshmana? He called upon him. Okay. And then he said, Uvacha Lakshmanam Ramo Dharmagnyam Dharmavatsalaha Atishtha Dharmagnya Maya Sahema. Okay. You are going to sit right next to me and you are going to rule along with me. He shared the kingdom with Lakshmana. For all his sacrifices, for never abandoning Rama, Rama shared his entire kingdom, his throne with Lakshmana. But Lakshmana, he said, no, I am happy where I am. I do not want to sit right next to you. I want to sit beneath you. And that's how it was. And then Valmiki makes a beautiful description of how Ramarajyam was. I know I'm taking much time, but this is all coming to an end now because I want you people to speak now, because I know I've already taken 11 minutes from you people. All thanks to power cut. It was not me. That's all I'm saying. And throughout Rama's journey as a king, how was the state? Napariyadevan vidhava, nachavyala kritam bhayam. There was no fear of anything. There was no chora bhayam. There was no agni bhayam. There was no raja bhayam. Nothing. There is only one thing I usually tell people when I talk about Ramarajyam. Who was the minister when Rama ruled as a king? Sumantra. Sumantra was the prime minister. He did not have any new cabinet. They all lived a very long life. So why change a winning combination? Therefore, he never changed the cabinet. Ramo Rama iti prajanam abhavan kathaha. Wherever you went across the kingdom, people had only one thing to talk about: Rama. Rama bhutan jagadabhut. Valmiki says that this entire kingdom, this entire world became Rama Maya when Rama used to rule. Rame Rajyam Prashasati. Okay. And Chaturvaranya Vyavastha was there. All these things are there, but I'm going to tell you only one line which describes, which sets Rama apart from any king of your choice. You pick any bloody king you want in the entire history. Those who have already been here, those who are going to be there in future, whoever it is, you pick. It's your choice. Pranapanu samavastam Rame Rajyam Prashasati. Period. That is Valmiki for you, signing off. When he said that when Rama ruled Ayodhya, Pranapanu samau astam. This world was a yogic world. There was not a single praja, there was not a single subject in Rama's kingdom who did not experience samadhi. Because when prana and apana becomes samana, that's when you experience samadhi. That is Rama for you. This is signature Rama for you. Not how much wells did he build, how many roads did he build. Vikas, your idea of Vikas is messed up. This is the true idea of Vikas. Atma Vikasa. Not Sabka Saath Sabka Vikas. I'm sorry. Atma Vikasa is what matters the most. And Rama is not simply Rama. He is Atma Rama. Right? He's always going to remain as Atma Rama. Ramante yogino nante satyanande chidatmani tam Ramam ityahu. Rama is called, Rama is the name given to that Parabrahma Tattva in which all the sages dwell all the time. They spend their time in that Tattva. That is Rama for you. And when that Tattva itself decides to descend upon this earth and rule this kingdom, then of course there will be yoga. Of course there will be samadhi. And if this is not the fruit of Ramayana, then you have not understood Ramayana properly. The essence of Ramarajya is pranapanu samavasthan Rame Rajyam Prashasati. Full stop. Nothing else comes even closer to this kingdom. That's why the bench has been always set as Ramarajyam. They always say that a kingdom must be equivalent to Ramarajyam. It can never be, because this is our idea of politics. This is our idea of governance. This is our idea of administration. When you administer, when you bring a policy, it's not about inclusiveness. It's about how you are going to facilitate people to achieve the greatest goal of every single human being's life. That is Atma Sakshatkaram. And nobody dares speak these facts because it's not politically gainful. It won't give you brownie points. It won't make you a fancy speaker when it comes to politics. Who cares about them? This is the truth. The only thing that policy makers need to keep in their mind is whether this policy is going to facilitate people to achieve their Atma Sakshatkara, whether it is going to help us achieve the ultimate goal of life. If not, this policy is rubbish. Every policy is rubbish until that policy leads us towards the ultimate goal of life. This is Ramayana for you. This has been Ramayana and Rama's path, how Rama walked this land and how he ruled this land, how he set an example to walk on the path of Dharma. On this auspicious day of Ramanavami, I'm happy to bring this entire epic to a halt, not end. See, that's why the word. I'm happy to bring this journey to a halt here. And I want to thank the organizers, Nirakula Yoga. Without them, none of this would have been possible. They conceived the idea, they built us a platform to meet, and they facilitated all of us to join here and helped us to go through this entire Ramayana, this epic. It was an epic journey for me in terms of the duration. I hope I have done justice to all of you who have invested your valuable time so far. So that's me putting a full stop to my words. The stage is open to all of you. Whoever wants to speak is free to speak. Thank you very much for your patient listening throughout an entire year. 47 hours, 17 minutes. Thank you. We have been a fabulous audience. I'm most fortunate to have such a great audience with me throughout an entire year. Thank you very much. The stage is all yours. I'm going to mute myself. And also remove this spotlight.
Please, you can share your
opinions about this entire course. And if you have any questions, you can ask about the questions as well. Yeah, you raise your hand and then you can talk, please.
Yeah, so I raised the hand. So, namaste. Best wishes to everybody on Ramanavami. I don't want to ask questions because Sir said he will be on the mute. I rather like to share my experience.
No, I can unmute. If you have a question, unmute and answer. Not an issue.
So honestly, sir, when we heard about this, I think first of all, like you said, we must thank Narkola Yoga. When we heard about this, I didn't have any expectations because I was curious. What is this? From childhood we watched so many movies about Rama. What is that latte we want to experience? Without any expectations, we said, and I must say it is kind of exceeded or something completely took us to a new world, sir. Okay. I have some 4 points which I would like to share. One is that we all heard Ramayana as mythology. So mythology is a myth, right? I think you demystified that. I think somewhere it is not a story. I think starting from the very first session where you kind of made us realize greatness of Valmiki. I think that's where the starting point was, and it is you cannot imagine what kind of person existed with that kind of knowledge and depth, and then every little thing. I'll give a very mundane example. I think in one of the episodes, Uttarakanda, you mentioned about he listed the names of all the Rakshasas who were killed. Even humanly impossible even to get so many names, actually. So that's the depth of the literature which we learned. Second thing is, it is not a story. I think you elevated to a different level the conversation. I think it's not a story further because the story means you can always, we have enough stories. I think it is, for us, it is not a story. I think when our grandparents say Ramayana, Mahabharata, that the children should be learned, now we understand what it means, right? It's not a story. So I think the highlight is that you elevated and continued in that state throughout 24 sessions. I think that's the amazing part, which is a learning, and then which made us realize to go back to our roots now. The second part is learning beyond the stories. I think getting to the core essence. Maybe I'll only give one example. We spend a lot of time. What is the meaning of dharma? I think that itself is so there is a depth to which you have gone for us to realize that thing is amazing, actually, right? That's the second part, going beyond the core. Third thing is about our richness of our legacy itself, right? You gave many examples. Sometimes you used to say I took a detour. Actually, it is not detour. I think I never met such a knowledgeable person in my life. We are all mundane IT engineers, I can tell you. So in fact, I started thinking about Sanskrit scholars now. Actually, I think my childhood, I was influenced by Telugu teacher. My mother tongue is Telugu, by the way. He used to teach Telugu and Sanskrit. My influence on my character, actually, he influenced that. I can see. Then when I started, you mentioned many times about Kalidasa also in your narrations. I did a bit of research after that, about Kalidasa. I think I was amazing to know that the German poets revered Kalidasa literature. That shook me off the chair. Actually, how can a Germans understand literature of India, Sanskrit to that depth, which is perhaps if there is somewhere we can start learning Sanskrit. I know it's beyond you to teach people like us Sanskrit, but if there is online sessions where we can start learning a bit of Sanskrit for us to appreciate some of our literature, that will be helpful, really. I'd like to spend some time. And finally, we would like to meet you in person, express our gratitude. Today I realize that you are in Mysore. Perhaps we can take your contact, and we'll be more than happy to meet you in person and spend some time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, before anybody, I think there is one more question here. Sorry. The question was by Sanghamitra ji. Why was Sita sent to Vanavasa even after Agni Pariksha? I'm going to give a very small example that my teacher used to give me. Why do we take a shower every day? Doesn't one day's shower sufficient enough for the rest of life? No, it is not sufficient, because the Prakriti always gets corrupted every day. So we need to cleanse ourselves every day. So, and people, they are not merely people whose opinion doesn't matter. They are your subjects, and if they are seeing something wrong, it means that we have to set a right example in front of them again and again and again. It doesn't matter. So therefore, Agni Pariksha was not sufficient for the people who were not there to witness it. Therefore, he had to send her back to forest. That's the answer for the first question, which is all covered in the Uttarakanda. And then not just for 100 years, Dashavarsha Sahasrani Rame Rajyam Prashasati is what Valmiki says. 10,000 years is what Valmiki gives the count as Rama ruled his kingdom. Yeah, and how did he leave this earth? He left, he walked into Sarayu. That's how he leaves his mortal body. He simply walks into Sarayu. It's a very gloomy scene. That's the end part of Uttarakanda, where he simply walks into Sarayu after following Lakshmana. First it was Lakshmana, and then he follows. Okay, thank you. Yeah, please carry on.
Can I go? Okay.
Please.
So yeah, I mean, the reason I'm hesitating is because I'm truly at a loss for words. And, you know, I'm at this point, mixed feelings. One, of course, happy that we're here, you know, having listened to all this. Sad that, you know, it's sort of come to a halt in the sense that, you know, it's kind of, I think I'm going to have withdrawal symptoms soon. And, you know, I can't thank you enough for, you know, the seriously, you know, it was so engrossing. Each session was engrossing, and some of them a little more powerful than some others. And, you know, at least in 5 sessions, I have had tears in my eyes. And some, you know, think about it later or re-listen and, you know, have gone through those feelings. So thank you very much. It has been a wonderful, wonderful journey. And I feel truly blessed to have been part of this. And thanks to Nirakula Yoga as well for organizing this. And I wish we have more such sessions on, you know, other epics or whatever. So thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you. And I will fondly remember you for correcting me for a gentle reminder. It was not a gentle reminder. There are some moments which are unforgettable. So that was one for me, saying that it was not a gentle reminder. In no way it was a gentle reminder. Okay, thank you, please.
Thank you.
Yes, Karthik sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for this excellent narration, and I thank you, Nirakula Yoga, for organizing this. Right. So there are so many instances. I mean, I'm filled with lot of instances, but I can probably remember few things which gave me goosebumps. Really, that was never like before experience. I never had that kind of experience before. Even though I have heard stories or maybe looking at some TV serials from Ramanand Sagar, Ramayana, those sort of things, right? So one is the way you narrated Viśvāmitra episode, right? And I think he is a best example for tapasya. Apart from definitely Rama and Bharata. So I still feel that Viśvāmitra is a best example where he never lives, right? So till the last point where he could get that praising from none other than Vasishta. So he reaches till that particular point, and he does that, and he actually is going to prove that. And way you narrated it was amazing. And second thing was Indrajit's death, right? So that was really amazing. And I could not attend it live. In fact, I watched the recording, but I was not able to make a difference. It was a live session for me. So that was amazing, and definitely Aditya Rudayam episodes which you sent, I did get a chance to go through. The first episode I felt it was little lengthy, but I think the second one I'm able to understand once you started explaining each and every word what it is actually meaning. Thank you, sir. Excellent narration, and we look forward to more sessions. I think if there are any sessions planned related to Upanishads, particularly Kathopanishad, or is there any other plans that you are planning to take for the future sessions? Please let us know. That would be very useful. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I just want to add one more thing here. See, to get validation from every person that I have spoken to is a wonderful thing. But when you get validation from people who have been through the journey with you, the person who just spoke now, he happens to be my childhood friend. We were classmates, so it's a remarkable feeling when when your mates recognize you and give you that validation. It's a different kind of thing. I cannot express how it feels, because we have been through our childhood together. We have experienced so many things, and to sit right here and discuss about Ramayana, it's wonderful. It's really amazing. So thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Lakshmi Kala, madam.
Hello. Thank you very much for organizing this Ram Katha that you beautifully rendered. It's really very nice. I'm so happy. As you've seen, I've been a silent person all through, not spoken a single word, probably didn't know who I was. But I joined this because I have very good childhood memories of going to the temple with my grandmother, sitting there and listening to a lot of these kind of renditions that used to happen in the temples. And after we moved into this city, I haven't had any opportunity for this, or maybe I live in a place where these things don't happen often. So I always missed all those things, and I thought, okay, I will try this. Maybe I'll get the same experience. Yes, you've exceeded my expectation too. And thank you so much. Although I am not so well read in terms of literature or all these things, it has been an eye-opener for me. I would like to attend more such sessions if it's been done. Thank you very much to Nirakula Yoga, and thank you, Sir Vishnath, sir. You poured your emotions, feelings, everything into the story, along with Valmiki's, what do I say, literature. So it was wonderful. It was really wonderful experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Amrita, madam.
Yeah, thanks to the organizers, Nirakula Yoga, and thanks to you also, Vishnath sir. I'm hearing the whole story for the second time. First, it was when you were doing it in podcast during the Corona times, and I had an opportunity, and I'm fortunate to listen to it again. It was a wonderful time all through the year, and the episode that I can never forget is the recent one where I think in Uttarakanda itself, when you were speaking about the Janmabhoomi, ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಾಮ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ತುಂಬಾನೇ ನೆನಪಲ್ಲಿ ಉಳಿಯುವಂತಹ ಇದು ತುಂಬಾ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅವತ್ತು. ಸುಮಾರು ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ಸ್ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದೆ, but this was the most favorite one. But my humble request to the organizers is that please make us all the videos available in YouTube channel whenever we want to refresh it. ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಇರಲಿ ಅಂತ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು.
Definitely, madam. We'll take your request. Satyendra sir.
Sorry, you have to unmute.
सभाभ्यो नमः सभापतिभ्यश्च नमः सर्वेषां कृते रामनवमी शुभाशयाः शुभकामनाः वाक्यद्वयं वा त्रयं वा संस्कृते वक्तुं प्रयत्नं करोमि एतत् निश्चयेन अहं संस्कृतं जानामि इति न केवलं सरस्वती श्रीकान्त मम बास् अपि अस्ति सा उक्तवती संस्कृते वाक्यवार्तालापं करोति चेत् अतीव सुन्दरं भवति इति तदर्थमेव एतत् प्रयत्नं प्रथमतया एकश्लोकद्वयं वक्तुम् इच्छामि प्रथमं एतत् भारद्वाजस्य उपरि जटिलं तपसा सिद्धिं यज्ञसूत्राक्षधारिणं कमण्डलधरं नित्यं भारद्वाजं नमाम्यहं तद् भारद्वाजगोत्रोऽस्मि अहं प्रथमतया मम सादरप्रणामः अत्यन्त सविनय सानन्द प्रणामः विश्वनाथ महोदयस्य कृते अहं अहं कथम् इत्र आगतम् इति वक्तुम् इच्छामि प्रथमतया सरस्वती श्रीकान्त मम बास् अपि अस्ति 12 वर्षात् अहं जानामि तां मम एका आशा आसीत् एतदेव कोइन्सिडेन्स् तदेव हृदयस्पर्शी आनन्दः अत्र किमित्युक्ते मम प्रथमतया मह्यम् एकम् आशा आसीत् कदा सरस्वती श्रीकान्त रामायणस्य उपरि वा अस्माकं कल्चरस्य उपरि वा किञ्चित् शृणोति इति मम आशा आसीत् तद् किमर्थम् इत्युक्ते अहमपि प्रायशः त्रिवारं वा द्विवारं वा रामायणस्य उपरि श्रुतं नारायणाचार्यस्य मुखतः गणेश मुखतः बनञ्जय गोविन्दाचार्य मुखतः तत्सर्वं श्रुत्वा मह्यं अहं कथं सर्वेषां कृते रामायणस्य उपरि वक्तुं शक्यते कथं सरस्वती श्रीकान्त शृणोति इति एक बहु आशा आसीत् तदत्र इदानीं तत् अभवत् सो वर्षपूर्वे सरस्वती श्रीकान्त एकवारं मां पृष्टवती एतरीत्या रामायणस्य उपरि प्रवचनम् अस्ति भवन्तं भवान् शक्नोति वा इति तत्समये अहम् एकं कोर्स् कृतवान् आसं तदर्थम् अहम् उक्तवान् न शक्नोमि इति तदनन्तरं मासद्वयं वा त्रयं पूर्वम् एकवारं सा उक्तवती स्मरणे अस्ति वा इति एक कोर्स् अस्ति रामायणस्य उपरि अहं पृष्टवान् इति अहम् उक्तवान् न स्मरणे अस्ति इति सा तदा उक्तवती भवान् प्रायशः न जानाति तत् अहं भवतः कृते फीस् पे कृतवान् अस्मि इदानीं रामायणस्य एतत् उत्तरकाण्डं प्रचलन् अस्ति कक्षात्रयं भवति भवति चेत् आगच्छतु इति तदा अहं उक्तवान् किमर्थं न रामकथालहरी अहं विश्वनाथ महोदयस्य प्रथम वीडियो श्रुतवान् आसम् किमर्थं रामकथालहरी इति नामकरणम् इत्येव तदेव अतीव रोमाञ्चनम् आसीत् रामकथालहरी इत्युक्ते एतत् लहरी एव एण्ड् एतत् रामकथा एव नास्ति एतस्य रामायणस्य किम् अस्ति रामायणे किं नास्ति इति वक्तव्यं तदेव भवति इति सूक्तमिति मन्ये इदानीम् एकमेव मनसि अस्ति अद्य मे सफलं जन्म रामायणस्य रामनवमी दिने रामस्य पट्टाभिषेक सर्वं श्रुत्वा धन्योऽस्मि किं वक्तुं शक्यते एतस्य उपरि तदेव मम अभिप्रायः प्रथमतया सरस्वती श्रीकान्त कृते धन्यवादः एतत् मूलकम् अहं वक्तुम् इच्छामि अनन्तरं विश्वनाथ महोदय भवान् अत्यन्त हृदयस्पर्शी प्रवचनं दत्तवान् अस्ति अस्माकं सर्वे उक्तवन्तः वर्ड्स् नास्ति इति तदेव अस्माकमपि शब्दभण्डारः एव नास्ति, भण्डारं किं शब्दमेव नास्ति। मह्यम् एतत् श्रुत्वा अत्यन्त रोमाञ्चनम् अभवत्, गद्गदितम् अभवत्, इदानीमपि गद्गदितं भवामि प्रायशः। रामस्य कथा एव तथा अस्ति। पुनः पुनः एव एतदेव वक्तव्यं, रामायणे किं नास्ति इति। भवान् अत्यन्त श्लाघनीय प्रवचनं दत्तवान् अस्ति अस्माकं कृते। एतत् पुण्यमिति एव मन्ये। एतत् सर्वं भवान् एव उक्तवान् अद्य, एतत् द लार्जर् reasoning and the larger level, the things happen at larger level. So it was Saras wish that I speak few words in Sanskrit. I don't know how I made it. So Vishwanath Mahodayah, Sadara Pranamah, Ekavaram, Punaha. You dealt the subject so very well. And I keep telling my friends, if somebody has to listen to Ramayana, there has to be a mental preparation in terms of what do we understand, how do we get into the heart of the original, the heart of the poet. And I very, very great extent, while I heard only 3 sessions, I could get that feel that how well you would have took all of us to get the glimpse of Valmiki's Hridaya, the heart of Valmiki, and amazing. So thank you again and again. I wish you all the very best, Vishwanath Mahodaya. I want to listen more and more of your discourses going forward. I think that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
ಆನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
Yeah.
ಓಕೆ, ಫೈನ್. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಪೈಕಿ ನನಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಕಂಡ್ಕೊಂಡಂತೆ ರಮಾನಂದ ಸಾಗರ್ ರಾಮಾಯಣ ಹೊರತಾಗಿ ನಾವು ರಾಮಾಯಣಕ್ಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋಸ್ ಆಗೇ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಹುಡುಗರಾಗಿದ್ವಿ, ಸರಿ ತಪ್ಪು ಏನು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಧರ್ಮ ಯಾವ್ದು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೂ ಅದೊಂದು ಕತೆ. ಇವತ್ತಿಗೂ ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ರಾಮಾಯಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸೊಫಿಸ್ಟಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೂ ಸಹಿತ, ಧರ್ಮ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮಗಳಿದ್ರು ಸಹಿತ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಮಗು ಕೂಡ ಅದನ್ನ ಕೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ತರದೊಂದು ವಂಡರ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಆಗಷ್ಟೇ ನಮ್ಗೆ ರಾಮಾಯಣ ಗೋಚರಿಸಿತ್ತು. ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ಆ ಒಂದು ಸೀರೀಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ಆನ್ಸರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೊರಟೋಗಿತ್ತು. ಅದನ್ನ ಕೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಸರಿಯಾದ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಮನ್ಸೊಳಗಡೆ ಉಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾಗ ಇಂಥದೊಂದು ಸೆಷನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಂಥ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಶ್ರೋತೃಗಳ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಧರ್ಮ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮಗಳಿವೆಲ್ಲ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಅದೇ ಅವತ್ತೊಂದ್ ದಿವಸ ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ರಾಮನ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಯಾಕೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಯಾಕೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಆ ರಾಮನ ತರ ಇರೋ ಧೈರ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ನಾನೊಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಆಂಗ್ರಿ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಟು ಫ್ಲಾ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಟು ಗೋ ರಾಂಗ್. ಆ ತರದ ಒಂದು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ಸಿನ ತಪ್ಪುಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವ್ ಈಗಾಗ್ಲೇ ತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೀವಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಯಾರು ಇವಾಗ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಯಾರು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾರು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾನ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ವಾದನ ಮಂಡಿಸುವಂತ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ ಹೆಚ್ಚು. ಸೊ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಈ ಸರಣಿಯಿಂದ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದ ಅನುಕೂಲಗಳನ್ನ ನೀವು ಇಷ್ಟು ದಿವಸಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕ ಆಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಟೆಂಟ್ ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಪ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕದ್ದು ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೂ ತೋರಿಸಿ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲ್ಸಗಳನ್ನ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಚರ್ಚೆಗೆ ಗ್ರಾಸವಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿರ್ತವೆ, ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ವಿಷಯಗಳಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಉತ್ತರ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವರು ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸೆಷನ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ತಾವೂ ಸಹಿತ ಎನ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಉತ್ಸುಕರಾಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನ್ ಕಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕನಾಗಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳೋ 10% ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ನಾನ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಮುಂದೆ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ತೋರಿಸಿದಾಗ 100 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನನಗ್ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಕೆಲವು ಸಾರಿ ನಾನ್ ಕೇಳೋ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ನಂದಾಗಿರಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ ಮಕ್ಳು ಹಿಂದಿನ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿರೋ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಮರ್ಪಕವಾದ ಉತ್ತರ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನನಗೂ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ತಲುಪಿಸಿದಾಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸತ್ಯವಾಗಿರೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಆದರ್ಶಯುತವಾಗಿ ಬದುಕುದು ಕೇವಲ ಫೇರಿ ಟೇಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಬದುಕಿದ್ದ, ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಅದು ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಅದು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ನ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗ್ಲೂ ರಾಮಾಯಣ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ದೊರಕಿಸ್ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಪ್ಯಾಷನೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳೋಂತ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಬೇಕು. ರಾಮಾಯಣವನ್ನ ಕಥೆಯಾಗಿ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತವೆ ಅಥವಾ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ರಾಮಾಯಣವನ್ನ ಜೀವನದ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯನ್ನಾಗಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೀತಿ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಅಭಿಮಾನವನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಳುವಂತ ಒಬ್ಬ ಗುರುವಾಗಿ ನೀವು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿರೋದು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಭಾಗ್ಯ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. 1 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿದ್ ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ಕಳೆದಿದ್ದು ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ನು ಏನೋ ಇದೆ ಏನೋ, ನಾವು ಭಾನುವಾರ ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ಸೇರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವೇನೋ ಅನ್ನೋ ಭಾವನೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಈಗ್ಲೂ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ತುಂಬಾ ಜನರ ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ವಿನಂತಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಯ್ತು, ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಳು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೈಫೈ, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೂ ಇದನ್ನ ತಲುಪಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಯೋಜನೆ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೂ ಇದನ್ನ ಆಯೋಜನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ಇದು ತುಂಬಾ ಸಹಕಾರಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ವಾಟ್ಸ್ಆಪ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ನಲ್ಲೂ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ರಾಜ್ಯಾದ್ಯಂತ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಗುಲ್ಬರ್ಗ, ರಾಯಚೂರು, ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಪತ್ರಕರ್ತರು, ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ವಿಚಾರವಂತರು ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಕ್ಲಿಪ್ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ನನ್ಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ನಾಸ್ತಿಕರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ನಿರೀಶ್ವರವಾದಿಗಳು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಸೆಕ್ಯುಲರ್ಗಳಿರ್ತವೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ನಮಗ್ ಹೇಳೋಂತಹ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಉತ್ತರ, ಒಂದೊಂದು ವಿವರಣೆ ಏನಿದೆ, ಅವ್ರ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿಗೆ ನೀವೇ ಹೇಳೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆನ್ ದೇರ್ ಫೇಸ್. ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ತಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನೇ ನಿಜ ಅಂತ ನಂಬ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಡೆ ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಮಾಡೋ ರೀತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ಗಳನ್ನ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನ ಮಂಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸಂತೃಪ್ತಿ ಪಡಿಸೋದು ನಮ್ ಕೆಲ್ಸ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ರು, ರಾಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಹೋಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಪ್ರಥಮ ಆದ್ಯತೆಯನ್ನಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಆ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋಗಳು ತುಂಬಾ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿವೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆಯೂ ಇದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದ ಧರ್ಮ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡೋದು, ಜೀವನ ಕ್ರಮ. ಇದು ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಧರ್ಮ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಹೇಗೆ ನಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಅವ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಅವನ ಸತ್ಯವಾದ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಬದುಕ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದೇ ಧರ್ಮ. ಅದು ಯಾವ ಧರ್ಮ ಹೇಳೋದ್ರು ಅದೇ ಧರ್ಮ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಮನುಷ್ಯನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಅರ್ಥ ಆದಷ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ, ನಾವು ಬದುಕ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಈ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾದ ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಅದು ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಶುಚಿರ್ಭೂತ ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ಸೆಷನ್ಗಳ ಒಂದು ಸಾರ್ಥಕ್ಯ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಂಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ತುಂಬಾ ಧನ್ಯವಾದ. ನೀವು ನಡೆಸುವಂತಹ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹಲವಾರು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳಿಗೂ ನಾನು ಶ್ರೋತೃವಾಗಿ ಖಂಡಿತ ಬರ್ಲಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಗೆ ವಿಷಯ ಮಾತ್ರ ತಿಳಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಪ್ರಚಾರ ನಾವು ಮುಂದೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತೀವಿ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
I just wanted to add a few words because you must be thinking that he's a Kannada lecturer. He's not. He's an English lecturer. And this fellow, I mean, his name is Raghunandana and my name is Guha, and that's the same kind of relationship that we both share. The same kind of friendship that we both, those both greats had, we share the same kind of friendship. So whatever he said, 100% I agree with him. Very rarely do I disagree with him. So, thank you. Thank you.
Next, Ramya can go.
Namaste, sir. Okay. Well, I thank Nirakula and then you for this beautiful journey. And most of what Raghunanda sir said, I sort of agree to everything what he said. Like, well, I'm a little nervous to talk. So to begin with, my Ramayana.
Your volume is very low, Ramya. Not yet, not yet.
Can someone else go till then? Because I'll get back.
Sure, sure, yeah. Is anyone ready to share your thoughts?
So am I audible now? I just took a test.
Yes, yes.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So, okay, my journey of Ramayana and all started when I was in 9th grade. So, you know, the first thing that comes to my mind is Ramanand Sagar's Ramayana and B.R. Chopra's Mahabharata. So after that, I've watched a couple of other series and all. The new ones also have come out with really good graphics. So yet it didn't touch my heart. And it didn't give me that, if you attend some functions, when something is happening, there are certain things which is beyond the obvious. That is, when something is happening also, you might not feel, if something happy moment is happening also, you might not feel the same emotions. So there are certain things which is beyond the obvious, and it's all about the emotions and the feelings. So after around 15 years, like, you know, we are, I mean, the first Ramayana ke baad, I got the same feeling what I got in my first one. So yeah, thank you so much, sir, for giving me that same feeling, irrespective of other people. I mean, there's so many other stories, Ramayana stories I heard and I watched. It didn't happen. I didn't get those, you know, that, okay, I'm not able to put them in words actually, but yeah, thank you. And okay. And what I really like the most about the entire teaching is, more than the content, the passion that you have for the subject is incredible. So, I mean, and the best part is in all these like sessions, not even once I felt that energy drop, that passion or that thing. Even I was wondering, how did you keep that intact throughout? I mean, same thing, repetition, probably we are not the first ones who are explaining this. By now, you would have, you know, to umpty number of people, you would have told this, and still keeping the same Josh is rare. So maybe that also, you know, impacted a lot. So thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Namaste, sir. Namaste, sir.
Namaste. Yeah.
Namaste. Sir,
Srirama, Matadappa. He is my student, you know, like a proper student. I have seen him as a kid, you know, I've seen him go, you know, grow through the years. So it's like, you know, looking at your own child, trying to talk to you. He is, you know, I have that kind of a feeling towards him. So please go on.
Sir, ಇದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಭಯ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಸರ್. ಅದೇನೆ
ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ರೀ, ಎಂತ ಭಯನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಧೈರ್ಯವಾಗಿ, ಏನ್ ಭಯನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಸರ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಧರ್ಮದ ಏನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್, ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗಾದ್ರೂ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಮಹಾಭಾರತ ಯಾವ್ದೇ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಇದ್ರು ಅದ್ರ ಕೆಲವು ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತೂ ರಾಮಾಯಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತು ಸರ್, ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅಂತೂ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನನ್ ಫೇವ್ರೆಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ಗಳು ಬಂದು, ಒಂದು ವಿಶ್ವಾಮಿತ್ರರದ್ದು ತಪಸ್ಸಿನ ಸೆಷನ್ದು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರಾಮಭರತರ ಸಮಾಗಮ. ಅದನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರು ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ ತರ ಅಂತೂ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಫೀಲ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಅದೊಂದಂತೂ ನನ್ನ ಫೇವ್ರೇಟ್ ಇದು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಸೆಷನ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಫೇವ್ರೇಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಸರ್ ಇವತ್ತಿಂದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರಲ್ಲೂ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕೆಲಸದಲ್ಲೂ ರಾಮ ಒಂದು ಬೆಂಚ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಯಾನೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಸರ್. ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ರೀತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಈ ತರ ಅಂತೂ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲೂ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದಂತೂ ನೀವು ಹೇಳದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್ ಈ ರಾಮಾಯಣದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವ್ದೇ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ನೀವು ಬೇಜಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ದೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಹೇಳಿದಕ್ಕೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿದ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೂ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗಳು ಹುಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ ಸರ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಎಲ್ರು ಹೇಳೋ ತರ ಇನ್ನೂ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸೆಷನ್ಗಳು ಕೇಳೋ ತರ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಆಸೆ ಸರ್. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. I just wanted to add one word related to this boy. There is a line in Upanishad, Asadva Somyedamagra Asit. This is a line from Taittiriya Upanishad, where the guru is addressing the shishya as Somya, not Saumya. The word Somya is very famous, which means very calm and composed. The word is not Saumya. The word is Somya. The meaning of the word Somya is Somavat Priyadarshanaha. He whose face is always pleasant like Apurna Chandra is usually referred as or called as Somya. And that Somya for me throughout this entire journey was this boy. And I used to look for his face. I'm not joking, I'm not exaggerating, but he used to inspire me to come up with, as Ramya madam pointed out, how do you keep this Josh? Now, when you look at such young faces, eager to listen to Ramayana, and you cannot simply be blunt about it. You cannot keep a track like this. You have to put it there, with as much strongly as possible. So, the credit, Ramya madam, goes to this boy because it was him who brought out that Josh, I guess. Okay. 5 more minutes are left. If there are no more questions, I think we can close the session. Also, as everybody pointed out, is there anybody?
If nobody is talking, then I have to end with thank giving.
Yes.
Ananta ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು from Miracle Yoga to Shri Dr. Viśvāmitra sir for agreeing to take up this big task. It's not a small thing. It's like an entire year. It's like involving, and it's time, everything in busiest schedule. Most so many times he came and told us like, sir, I'm so busy today. It's like I don't know how I'm going to do it today. But sir, everyone already told you, like entire year you engaged us, this kind of I don't know, I'm not getting proper words. So with your busy schedules, definitely you did a great job, and authentic source you had given to us. Really thankful to you once again.
Thank you.
And dhanyawada to all the participants for your presence and involvement. Your interest towards Ramayana Kathalahari gave us a confidence to come up with many more programs like this in future. And sir, again we have to tell you like that, we got like a lot more better understanding, clear understanding about Ramayana. Once again, thank you to sir. Yeah, so there is a small assessment you have to do in the app itself. There is we created one assessment. giving a feedback about this entire sessions, and then what topics you want to listen in future. If you provide that, that will be useful for us. When you are giving an assessment, you have to take a selfie, put a picture first, and then you have to write your answers in the assessment. Please do that. It will be helpful for us.
I have a request to make before we conclude, sir. So,
Sure, please.
Out of all the 24 episodes that we have heard so far, I became so greedy that I have this tendency of reaching things beyond me. Now it's very close that we are here. We have some limited number of people listening to this program, but I wanted to reach this to every individual possible. Yeah, I do not know the means. I do not know how I'll be doing it, but I have made snippets. I have made tiny videos. The most interesting part or the most controversial part which people have misinterpreted today. I try to use this sometimes, and Guha sir would in fact warn me that I don't have any rights over these videos because Nirakula holds it. So I have somewhat held myself back in circulating it. I would want people to know it, but we in that regard will have this difference in opinion always. Guha sir would say only the deserved one should listen to it. If they are deserving it, it shall reach them. You don't have to do, or you don't have to invest any effort to it. Sometimes I disagree, sometimes I do agree. This is a request that I would have before Nirukula Yoga, that whatever that I have the content, please kindly allow me to circulate it. Sometimes it would be easy, as you say, if you can add it in your YouTube channel, the links that can be sent. But I feel sometimes pressing a link and watching a video wouldn't be something that any individual would do if he can download the video and watch it. It would be more easier and it would be more accessible. If you require those snippets, I can send it to you or the participants present here, as many people as possible. If you think that person deserves to listen to this story, if that makes any impact in his life, I would want these things to be shared so that more and more people are aware of such things happening here, and they may become our fellow participants in the future days to come. This is my request to Nirakula, if they can kindly consider.
So definitely, sir, we'll talk about this, and we'll take it this little more forward, and we'll make all the deserved people to listen this.
Okay then. Thank you very much to everyone. So hopefully see you soon.
Yes, we'll be coming up with interesting topics soon. Please sign up and be part of with us, like in the journey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Namo Namaha, sir.
Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.